Hey everybody, how are you? It is me, Sandra. For those of you, I realize that I come on and I never introduce myself. And so I just assume you know who I am, and I shouldn't do that. So, for those of you who don't know who I am, who are catching this for the very first time, my name is Sandra Chuma, and I am the founder and I'm the CEO of Ndini Media. And Ndini is all about telling the stories of inspiring, trailblazing women of African descent. And part of what prompted me to want to do that was the fact that we so rarely hear positive stories about Africa, about African women. And so I wanted to create a platform where I could share those stories. So you can look at the hundred and something episodes that have been published on our platform to just hear just some of the incredible women that I have spoken to. And we also post stuff online. So we are on Instagram as at Ndini Media. We're on Instagram, on Facebook. Well, you must be watching it on Facebook because I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And on all of those platforms, we are at Ndini Media. And we also have a YouTube channel, which you absolutely must check out. And this year, we're going to be creating content that is specific to the YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube so you don't miss out. And you can go catch up on all of the previous episodes on YouTube. You can also follow us on Instagram, on Twitter. And of course, we have a website as well where you can go search for your favorite episode, where you can go watch all the episodes. And that is ndini.com. And it's Ndini. And for anybody who wants to know why did we call it Ndini, well, I am Shona. I'm from Zimbabwe. And Ndini means I am. And I believe in the power of our words to shape our destiny. I believe that what you say you are becomes. And so I wanted something that reflected the power of our words and the fact that we are incredible, resilient, amazing, smart, beautiful women of African descent. Speaking of beautiful women of African descent, if you follow me on my personal Instagram is sandra.chuma, and that's spelled Sandra and .chuma. You'd have seen that last week I put up a post about the very first time that I wore a bikini, which was last summer. So last summer, for the very first time in my entire adult life, I made the decision to wear a bikini on vacation. And I posted the story of how all of these years I had told myself all these stories about why I couldn't wear a bikini, why I couldn't wear a bathing suit, why it had been problematic for us as a family to go on vacations that included water and anything that would have involved me having to put on a bathing suit. And it was the fact that I told myself for all of my entire life, I'm 45 years old, so for my entire adult life, I told myself this story that, oh, I couldn't wear a bikini because I was too fat. My thighs were too big. My arms were too big. I would look horrible. People would laugh at me. All of these stories that I told myself. And it was only last year that I made the decision that enough was enough. At what point was I going to take control of my life and just decide to wear a bikini on vacation? And so I posted about that and my experience. And I was blown away. I was blown away by the number of people, who responded, and I'm so grateful for everybody who left me a comment, who loved it, who I also did a video, which was inspired by Halle Berry in her iconic orange bathing suit from James Bond, I think it's Die Another Day, and the amount of feedback that I got from that. But more important to me was the number of women who DM'd me and said, oh my gosh, you're so brave. That exact word, you're so brave. As if somehow I had I don't know, gone into a war zone and saved children, or found the cure for COVID, or done something extraordinary. What I'd done was wear a bathing suit, wear a bikini on a beach. I didn't wear the bikini to work in the middle of a work week. I didn't walk down the street to my local supermarket, and I wore it on a beach. And it made me think about the stories that we tell ourselves, because it made me sad, because I recognized in those women, in those comments, who I had been for all of my adult life. The story that I had told myself about how it wasn't possible for me. I wasn't good enough. And what I recognize now is it was nothing more than a story. Because I can guarantee you, the day I wore that bikini, no one cared. I walked out, went on the beach, walked up and down, did whatever I did. No one batted an eyelid. They were all busy living their lives. And yet I had built up in my head that, oh my gosh, the day that I would walk out in a bikini, I don't know what would happen. Like the earth would implode, or I don't actually know what I thought would happen. And yet I'd spent 20 something years of my life feeding myself this disempowering story. I had robbed myself of opportunities to enjoy vacations with my family that involved being around water and being in a bathing suit because I told myself this story. And that's exactly what it was, because the reality was, like I say, no one cared. Everybody just went about drinking their margaritas, living their life, enjoying their lives, living la vida loca. And yet, I had told myself something would happen. And so for me, that story that I told myself for 20 something years that robbed me of so much of my life, so many experiences. What's your bikini? What's that story that you're telling yourself in your life and is preventing you from living the life that you were meant to have? Living fully, enjoying experiences with your family, with your friends, being everything that you were meant to be. Because ultimately, everything is a story. How we interpret anything and everything in our lives is nothing more than a story. It's what we feed ourselves. And so, what I'd say to you is today, maybe challenge some of those stories that you're telling yourself. Because, like Henry Ford said, if you believe you can, if you believe you cannot, you're right. So if you believe you're not worthy, or you believe you can't do something, you're right. You never will, because you will feed yourself this disempowering story. So what I want to challenge you today is, how can you make your story more empowering? How can you take back control and tell a more empowering story that'll help drive you forward, that'll help move you towards the life of your dreams? So I want to say, let's tell a different story. Let's tell a story that puts us in the driver's seat of our lives. Let's stop being supporting actors in our own life story. You deserve to be better. You deserve to live the best life that you were meant to live. You deserve it. And so I want to challenge you to challenge the stories that you're telling yourself. I hope you have an amazing week. I hope you have a week where you actually achieve the things that you set out to achieve. A week where you're productive. So I will see you. Thank you so much for joining me. And again, don't forget, subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at Ndini Media. And I will see you same time, same place next week. Mwah. Have a great week, everybody. Thank you.